Hello and welcome to this week's OTR Love TTT Series. My name is Andy and I'll take you through the highlights show for League 3, and we have 5 teams for you today. So they are RTR, OTR Eureka, Australia Quokkas, Australia Koalas, and 3R Wiggles. RTR, Eureka, Koalas, Quokkas, Wiggles. Yes. So again, first minute, let's have a look at the teams getting into their pace line. Oh, there we go. There's Gav at the back. He's learning how to steer with his new setup. So with the new changes that have taken place, there are some additional updates for RGT to allow it to use different types of steering capabilities rather than just the Wahoo one, and Gav is trying to get used to that at the moment, so you'll see him improving and getting into the back of the group. You may see me every now and again, possibly on RTR, possibly on Quokkas, possibly on Wiggles, with the new regression that RTT have just brought in. So 5k splits. Who have we got for RTR? We have Philip, Glenn up front at the moment. Miguel's there with Tony, as I say, Philip and Carolyn. And for me, it's all about how these teams are going to attack that climb and who gets off the end. So unfortunately we're not going to show you all of the climb, but we will show you the downhill section, because I think that's where the 10k splits are. OTR Eureka are doing really well, and they've improved the last couple of races as well, especially since Stephen has resolved the technical issues and also helped to do he's done all the recording for OTR Eureka, so really appreciate everything you're doing there, Stephen. And a big shout out to Al as well. He's still in hospital and still recovering from his knee operation, but apparently doing really, really well. So keep progressing there, Al. We're all thinking of you. RTR, big gaps now. So you look at Miguel and Tony. They're got a 30-meter gap. So this is what we were seeing earlier on with RTR. I don't know why they've regressed back down to that. They really need to stay as a team. And they are now looking at it. So they've now overtaken Koalas in the 10k split. Looking at that now. And Eureka have taken over both RTR and Australia Koalas. It's their strongest team so far, but they have dropped Stephen and they have dropped Johan. So there's only 3 within. So for Eureka, you got, who's up front? Andrew's up front, then Brian, and finally Troy. So they're going to need to stay as that team, but they've done a fantastic job so far. And where they are, Australia Quokkas. Who do we have? So up front, new guy Ryan. Callum's there as well with Dan. Pete is a new guy as well, I think. Peter is there, Peter Ridley, and Tim. And I do like that overhead camera view. For Wiggles came into the beginning of the last quarter, and they've been battling against Quokkas for the whole of the 4 races. So it'd be nice to see how they get on. But we did lose Fred right at the beginning due to a whole bunch of technicals, and we delayed the race by 5 minutes anyway, purely because Fred had a technical trying to upgrade. Now with RGT they force you to do an update, and he just had some technical problems with the internet and the application crashing. So Fred's dropped. So it's a new guy. Gerald is up front at the moment. There's a bit of a gap, so about 20 metres, just under 20 metres. Then you've got Euros, Gav, Jonathan Geddes, and as I say, Fred dropped earlier on. And I don't see anybody else. Oh yes, we have. So for Australia Koalas, you had Vincent that joined last week has had a technical, so he dropped. Connection issues, and Wendy again had a technical issue, and instead of trying to get back into the group, she took on that responsibility of doing the recording. So really appreciate it, Wendy, and thank you for doing the recording for us. Yeah, awesome, exciting. So the last bit, the finish line. We only have the 5, 10 and 15 kilometre splits in this particular race, and we're coming up to the 1k mark. So who's going to get it? Is RTR going to overtake Eureka? Is Eureka going to stay ahead? Can Koalas pull that back to RTR? And can Quokkas and 3R Wiggles? Who's going to win that battle? So we saw really close right at the beginning, but Wiggles have taken Quokkas each time. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. We could have Quokkas moving ahead, or we could have a tie at the top of League 3. Don't know yet. So with 600 metres to go for Koalas, we've just dropped Bryce. He's about 82 metres back. Still all in for RTR, still all in for Eureka. We have dropped Pete and Peter, and we are currently dropping Ryan as well. But he's just crawled back. So there was a technical with the Quokkas recording. So you still have Tim, Dan, Ryan, and Callum, and Wiggles just come through. So Wiggles did take it on the line by 10 seconds. So Wiggles 31.07, Australia Koalas 31.17. And it's interesting, on the 10k, up to the 10k mark, Eureka were 10th and Koalas were 8th, and that's just been switched around. And Wiggles ahead of Quokkas the entire time. It was fantastic to see. So we should have a tie at the top of League 3. And as we do, 26 points each. So Australia Koalas and 3R Wiggles both on 26 points. Well done, guys. RTR on 17, Wombats on 11, Eureka 13. Need to swap those around a bit. Koalas on 10 and Pokemotion on 4. I think Pokemotion have just had problems with trying to get riders. But absolutely fantastic to see. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you like and subscribe. And thank you for putting up with me. It's been fantastic to be able to be here with you guys during the races, and to be able to record as well, and take you through the highlight show. So again, thanks for everything, and take care.